Hello everyone, my name is Marleen Westerveld and I'm the lead author on Reading Success in the Primary Years, an evidence-based interdisciplinary approach to guide assessment and intervention. With me here today are Georgina Batten and Rebecca Armstrong. We're going to give you a brief overview of our book. First of all, we'd like to point out that despite different philosophies around the teaching of reading, at the core of this study was the shared vision to support students in becoming successful readers. And I'm sure you'd all agree with us that that's a worthwhile goal. Our Reading Success book contains 8 chapters and 156 pages. All chapters are firmly based on research and applied during our longitudinal project.
So we all understand that when we're thinking about reading, that the ultimate aim of learning to read is to be able to read for meaning. And so for our project, we use the underlying theoretical framework of the simple view of reading. And this model holds that to be successful at reading comprehension, students need to have strong listening comprehension skills and also word recognition abilities as well. And so this underlying framework allowed us to better understand the individual reading profiles of students who were struggling with reading. As part of our reading process and as outlined in chapter 2 of the book, we followed a 5-step approach to assessment and intervention for students who were struggling with reading. So our step 1 was assessment of reading skills using a standardised reading assessment, and we used the YARC as part of this project. Following that step, we then moved on to step 2, which was further assessment of those students who scored below expectations on reading comprehension. Step 3 allowed us to have a closer look at the skills of students who showed below average skills in terms of their reading accuracy. We used this assessment data to then drive creating speech-to-print profiles for students in step 4. And then this led to the provision of targeted individualised intervention for students in step 5.
So as Marleen mentioned at the beginning, we took an interdisciplinary approach. So as an educator, I was really interested and brought to the project the importance of socio-cultural aspects of the students' lives. And this included their prior knowledge and skills that they may have already brought into the classroom from home. We also looked at their personal motivation and self-perception as a reader, so we did measure that with a little survey, and this told us a little bit more about their self-confidence and themselves as a reader. We also interviewed the students and the teachers in the school, and part of that was looking at what the teaching environment was like, the teacher knowledge and the support, and the types of resources that we used in the classroom. So after reading the book, what will you learn? So for teachers, we really feel like you would have more detailed knowledge around assessment practices and which ones might be best met with the students' needs. We also think you'll know more a little bit about acknowledging student voice, because they often said that they didn't have a lot of choice in what they were reading. For school leaders, it's very much about an evidence-based rationale for collecting and analysing student reading data.
And then for speech pathologists, we'd really like to think that reading the book will be a good confirmation that the speech pathologist really is an integral member of the literacy team and will be very much involved in creating these speech-to-print profiles in step 4 of our 5-step approach. We also hope that speech pathologists will gain more detailed knowledge around the type of support that is needed for students who struggle in reading throughout the primary school years. So for further information, please see our contact details here. We'd really like to point out that this book, we've made it freely available, so it's free to download as an electronic book. And we really welcome your feedback or questions in response to the book. Thank you for listening.